Welcome to OCP TV, the newsroom for the Open Compute Project Foundation. I'm Laura Noland at the 2020 OCP Virtual Summit. Joining me today is Bob Anderson, Vice President of Sales at Inspur. Welcome to OCP TV, Bob.
Thank you, Laura.
Well, tell our viewers about Inspur and what Inspur does.
So Inspur is really a leading global cloud computing and data center solution provider. We are the third largest server manufacturer in the world, and we are the largest GPU and AI solution provider globally. We also have a global footprint for manufacturing and R&D. We're in Asia, we're in the US, and we're in Europe. And we were the only leading server manufacturer that grew last year, year over year, and by double digits. I'm from the US office, which is in Fremont, California, and as a VP of sales, I'm primarily tasked with working to grow some of our strategic partnerships with the customers.
Okay, so Inspur's all over, including this year's OCP Virtual Summit. You're a sponsor this year, so tell us why it was important to be a bigger part of the event.
So Inspur's always been an active proponent for open source technologies, from Linux to OCP to ODCC and others. Inspur's participated in many open source communities, both in hardware and in software. And with the development of open technologies, we're seeing CSPs and enterprise customers, really moving towards adopting toward openness and standardization. We joined OCP in 2017 and became a platinum member. We're a diamond sponsor at this OCP Summit. And as a member of OCP, we've made many contributions. We contributed to the first Intel Skylake OCP compute node, the first Olympus 4-socket server, and the OAM reference design system. We're also co-leading the efforts in OpenRMC project, and we led the development of the OAI Universal Baseboard specs with other partners. As an OCP Platinum member and an OCP solution provider, Inspur brings decades of hardware design experience and is committed to promoting new open architecture, helping to build a broader, more comprehensive open ecosystem. And we really want to drive more performance and efficiency in AI, cloud computing, edge computing, and et cetera. The Global Summit is OCP's biggest event, so it's a great opportunity for Inspur to demonstrate our commitment and support.
So Bob, we talked about your involvement with the OCP community and Inspur's involvement. So from a company perspective, do you have any news that you're going to share that you'd like to share with the community?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked. We have some very exciting announcements that are going to be, talked about at the summit. So the theme for this year's summit is open for all, and Inspur is very well aligned to that theme. We have exciting product announcements and product demos to share in multiple areas. We're going to be talking about areas of AI, high density compute. We're going to talk about a storage project that we're announcing, networking, and of course, OpenRMC, like I mentioned earlier. We will share real use cases where we're implementing these OCP solutions. We'll talk about that exciting storage collaboration, and that's with Samsung. We'll talk about our participation in Sonic, and of course, we'll talk about OpenRMC. So you'll be able to get details on these announcements at our virtual booth. We will have a keynote. We will have an Expo Hall session. We will have an executive session. And we'll have some engineering sessions, engineering workshops. One, we're going to deep dive into the OAI UBB project. And the other, we're going to deep dive into OpenRMC.
So you're going to be very busy during the virtual summit, and you're sharing lots of great initiatives and collaboration with the group. What do you hope Inspur takes away from the event?
So we really want to take away three things. first, we want to demonstrate Inspur's continuous commitment to OCP, which is, it's reflected in our participation in many of these areas. Second, we want to demonstrate the importance of partnerships, of partnering with, industry players, people in the ecosystem, to really help to accelerate the adoption of open technologies. And last is the call to action. You'll hear it in the Inspur keynote that we're looking for community leadership, and we want to see adoption beyond hyperscalers and the technology pipeline.
Wonderful, wonderful. I want to talk about how this all got started with Inspur and Open Compute project. Why did Inspur initially choose to be part of the Open Compute Project Foundation?
Sure. So, as everybody probably knows, OCP was initiated by Facebook, Microsoft, and Intel, and these are influencers in the industry. These are big players. OCP is the largest, open compute platform for technologies in the U.S. And again, as Inspur has been involved in open technologies for a while, OCP seems to be a very, very good fit for Inspur. So firstly, the vision of OCP, the focus in the areas that they're going after aligns very well with our desire to embrace open sourcing. Secondly, the breadth and depth of the technology that the OCP platforms facilitates is comprehensive and really focuses on addressing customer pain points. And third, the OCP Foundation staff has been and the leadership team has demonstrated true open spirit by embracing and connecting with other open platforms such as ODCC in China, and they continue to build a strong platform that allows many members to effectively collaborate.
Well said. Well, Bob, where can our viewers go to learn more about Inspur?
So you can visit our virtual booth at the OCP Summit. Like I said, we have some very exciting announcements, so I'm hoping that we get a lot of attendance. You can find that link to the virtual booth at our website, which is www.inspursystems.com. You also find other information on that website about the company and capabilities, and you can always contact me directly.
Sounds good. You heard it from Bob. You know where to find him and Inspur. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Bob. We appreciate it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Laura.
And thank you, viewers, for tuning in to OCP TV. Enjoy the virtual show.